Welcome to Reddit TTS. Am I in a hole for calling my girlfriend a gold digger? I am a 29-year-old guy who finished residency 2 years ago and am now a pediatrician making over 160k. I got tired of being single for most of my life, so I downloaded a few dating apps and met this girl 26, who works in customer service for a huge company about 9 months ago. We hit it off and officially became exclusive 3 months ago. Overall, she is really a great person. But there's a few things about her that bother me, and I'm not really sure if it's normal or not because I have never really been in an actual serious relationship. I always pay for everything on dates. I know that I make more than her and it doesn't necessarily hurt me to always pay, but she doesn't ever offer to pay or split the bill and she just expects me to always pay. The first time she came over to my apartment she was literally shocked. I live in a shitty one-bedroom apartment because I want to pay off my student loans as fast as possible, so I still basically live like a broke college student. She kept making comments about how I should move out and find a nicer place that suits a doctor. She wanted to introduce me to her family right away. I thought the relationship is too new to meet the parents, but she insisted. And when we went to their house, her parents only asked about my job and salary. When we went out and ran into someone she knows, she introduced me as her doctor boyfriend. These things, plus some other stuff, made me realize she doesn't really care about me, just that I'm a doctor, so I told her. She blew up, saying I'm insulting her and calling her a gold digger, and that she is just proud of me for being successful. Am I the a-hole for making a woman who has very little money repay me $3,800? About 6 months ago a woman drove off a very busy road up into the parking lot at my work, and hit my truck. She must have been going at least 40 miles per hour and hit directly on the wheel of my truck because it turned my truck 90 degrees with very little visible body damage. To top it off, she had no insurance. After all was said and done, she caused about $18,000 in just damage, for which I had to pay out of pocket about $3,800, deductible, rental car, repair costs my whole insurance company refused to pay. Additionally, since she didn't have insurance, I can recover the diminished value of my truck, which I think is at least $5,000 that I will never get back. Obviously this amount will go down as my truck ages, but I'm pretty much stuck with this vehicle for a while now, or I have to eat that cost. I had just gotten this new truck about 4 months prior, then had to deal with this nearly every day for the 7 weeks it took to get repaired. It was a nightmare and very stressful dealing with this. I ended up suing her in small claims court and won by default because she did not show up. I feel like she wasn't planning on repaying me until she was trying to get her license reinstated, and fortunately the state is requiring her to have a repayment plan with me before she can get her license back. She has agreed to repay me $100 every other week until paid in full. So far, I have received one such payment with the next due today. Now the part where I sort of feel like in a hole is that my wife and I make about $225,000 per year combined, and after this lady sent me her statement of assets through the court, she has about $200 to her name and makes $400 per week as a waitress. I paid the $3,800 and sort of moved on financially. It is a lot of money, but we can afford it. She very obviously owes me the money, but the $100 every other week very clearly would mean a lot more to her financially than me. What do you say? Am I the a-hole for not demanding my son apologize to his mom after he called her a whore? Long story short, a few years ago my now ex-wife was cheating on me and my son caught them in the act. He told me and I now divorced with his mom. She's with the other guy now. My son is 19 now and is in college. I know he has lost all respect and affection for his mom since then, but he has tried his best to maintain a relationship, I guess. I don't really know much since we don't talk about her when we spend time together. I've neither encouraged nor discouraged him to repair his relationship with his mother. In my opinion, he is an adult and it's his decision to make. I could care less either way since I have a great relationship with my son and that's all that matters to me. Anyway, I get a call from my ex in tears yesterday that my son was very disrespectful to her. Apparently they got into an argument and he told her the only difference between you and the whore is that a whore actually gets paid. She threw a tantrum and starts accusing me of poisoning him against her and demanding he apologizes to her. I simply told her I'll talk to him and hung up. I talked to my son and his exact words were, he was sick of her hypocrisy and being morally lectured by an adulteress. I told him that his mom called him and expects an apology. He said there's no way he'll apologize to her and if he'll force him to do so. I told him that he'll do no such thing since it's not my responsibility to make sure he gets along with his mother and it's his decision. He was very grateful. I suppose I could put my foot down and force him to apologize to his mother, but then again it wouldn't be a sincere apology anyway. Why should I potentially damage my relationship with my son for a person that cheated on me anyway? Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe.